So as the story continues, um, I continue to go to college and I continue to work full time to support myself and this baby that was coming. I knew the father was not going to be a part of the plan, so I just had to push forward and do the best I could. So as I pushed forward, I was also going back to him. So it was a couple of days that he and I had gotten together. Luther used to sing this song about love will be better the second time around. Well, Luther lied. The song should have been Lust should be better the second time around. So I ended up getting connected with him again. And he was like, come on, let me hit it. Let me hit it. You're not going to get pregnant. So what's the problem? I fell for the okie doke. I fell for the okie doke. So a few days later, I had gone to college, gone to class, and I was at Santa Fe Community College. I'm from Gainesville, Florida. And so we were in the middle of our midterm exams. So I had gone for my midterm exam. I had finished it. Went to the restroom, did what I had to do, got up, went to the mirror, and I sneezed. And all of a sudden, there was a gush. I looked down, and there was a puddle around my feet. And I was like, goodness, I knew I had to potty, but not that bad. So I went back to the potty, did what I thought was business, and then realized, something was wrong. Something was wrong. So I walked my way back into the classroom, and I was telling the teacher, I said, hey, my water broke. She said, no, it's too early. I said, I know. I said, but what is all of this? And I stood back, and there was a puddle around my feet. She started crying. I said, what you crying for? And she's like, it's not time. It's not time. I said, I know. I know it's not time. So she said, let me call the ambulance. I said, no. And that's because I'm stubborn, y'all. I'm just stubborn. I said, no, don't call the ambulance. Just call the security to take me to my car, and I'll take myself to the hospital. So I got out of class, called my mom, told her I was on my way to the hospital, and I went to the hospital. Y'all, take in mind, I was less than 6 months pregnant at this time. I was only 5.5 weeks. Only 5.5 weeks. And so I'm going to kind of digress even before that. So I worked in the radiology department at what was Shands Teaching Hospital at the time. And we were taking sonograms, we were taking ultrasounds, and I just kept looking at this baby's picture, and I would say, something's up with this. This don't look right. And I remember a lady by the name of Nancy Raynor. She's like, Darcel, that's my government name. She said, Darcel, stop that. And I said, no, Nancy, something's wrong here. And she was like, no, it's not. It's the baby. That's what it looks like. So back to the story. So I get to Shands, and they immediately admit me, put me on immediate bed rest. So I then had to send out the alerts to the hospital, because that's where I worked, that I was in the hospital. So I stayed in the hospital for a couple weeks. Friends would come by, family would come by. It was just such a difficult time for me, being 21, pregnant, water broke, and no real support from the father. I think I called him, and he was like, oh, okay. And that was it. That was it. And what I learned later, because my water broke, is that he gave me something. Yep. I don't even think my husband knows this. I don't think I've shared it with him. The night that lust was better the second time around, he actually gave me something which caused my water to break. And so this weekend on my lunar Sabbath, I realized during my lifetime, I looked back too much. Almost like Lot's wife. Sometimes in life we look back, not to reminisce, but we look back at the failures and the way we compromised our lives. And that's what I did. I spent a lot of my time looking back, thinking that that child's father was going to do better by me, but he wasn't. He was who he was. I was who I was. And so I would like to say, don't look back. Keep moving forward. There's a purpose in going forward and not looking back.